lot of people will tell you that younger women tend to prefer older men, and it's true. Traits such as maturity, life experience, and a sense of stability naturally make older men more noticeable. But here's the catch. Most older men have no idea how to actually use this advantage. In fact, I've seen tons of guys well into their 40s, 50s, and beyond, constantly repeating the same mistakes when it comes to engaging with younger women. The result? They end up blowing their chances again and again. Despite all the potential they carry, these men often find themselves stuck, single, frustrated, and wondering why. But here's the reality. When you make the wrong moves, you're not just losing her respect. You're losing the chance to truly showcase the value you bring to the table. And that's a waste, especially considering the natural edge older men already possess: wisdom, stability, and the ability to offer something deeper and more meaningful than what many younger guys can provide. The good news is that correcting these mistakes doesn't require you to become someone you're not. It's simply about identifying where things go wrong and stepping into the confident, grounded man you were always meant to be. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 7 most common mistakes older men make when it comes to younger women. Avoiding these errors won't just transform the way women view you, it'll completely shift how you see yourself. So stick with me. Let's get into the first mistake. Mistake number 1, idolizing her. Imagine this. You find yourself standing across from a younger woman who's gorgeous, full of energy, and maybe even a little intimidating. What's your immediate reaction? For many older men, it's to freeze or panic. You're thinking, I can't mess this up, she's way out of my league. From that moment, you start overcompensating. You give her special treatment, go out of your way to be extra polite, agreeable, and you try hard to avoid saying or doing anything that might throw her off. You stick to safe, dull conversations, doing your best to present yourself as flawless. But here's the twist. This effort to make her feel comfortable usually does the exact opposite. It makes you come across as uninteresting. Women don't fall for the guy who puts them on a pedestal. They're drawn to the man who stands beside them confidently, as an equal. The root of this mistake lies in how you perceive her. When you idolize her, you're subconsciously elevating her above you, as if she's a prize you don't quite deserve. That mindset turns every interaction into a high-stakes event. You overthink, second-guess yourself, and end up projecting insecurity. And the truth is, this behavior isn't just unattractive. It's draining. It sends a clear message: you don't see your own value. And the second she picks up on that, her perception of you drops. The only way to stop idolizing younger women is to normalize your interactions with them. Make it a habit to engage with women of all ages, especially younger ones, without attaching so much meaning to every encounter. As you do, you'll begin to see them for what they really are. Just people. Flawed, quirky, and human, just like you. That awareness tears down the pedestal and allows you to approach with calm, grounded confidence. And don't forget, you're not auditioning for her approval. She's not some rare trophy to be won. She's a person who, just like you, is figuring out if there's real compatibility. And that works both ways. Once you adopt this mindset, the fear of losing her fades away, because you'll know there's always someone else out there. That, my friend, is where your true power lies. Mistake number 2, messing up the age question. Picture this. You're deep into a great conversation with a younger woman. The vibe is smooth, you're both engaged, and then suddenly she asks, "So how old are you?" This is the moment when many older guys start to spiral. Most will either blurt out their age with visible discomfort or try to dodge the question entirely. Their tone shifts, their body language tightens, and just like that, the confident man she was curious about begins to shrink in front of her. Here's the real issue. When you respond with insecurity about your age, you're sending a message that you think it's a problem. And if you believe that, so will she. This fear around age often comes from internalized doubt, a belief that dating younger women is somehow inappropriate or taboo. Society reinforces that, and it leads to hesitation, shame, or even guilt. But here's the truth. Your age isn't the problem, it's how you frame it. If you approach it with anxiety, you're inviting her to see it through the same negative lens. So, the next time this question comes up, own it. Confidence is everything here. You've got two great options: go playful or keep it direct. A playful approach can actually increase attraction. You could say something like, "I'm probably too old for you. We'd never survive," with a smirk. Or joke, "I'm 700 months old. What about you?" delivered with charm. If humor isn't your style, just stay calm and direct. Say your age with a relaxed, self-assured tone. "I'm 47. Pause, smile, then smoothly shift back into something engaging. The key is to make your age a non-issue. When you're secure in who you are, she'll be secure too. Your confidence reframes your age as an asset, not a liability. How you handle this moment determines how she perceives you moving forward. So next time, don't avoid it. Own it. Move ahead like the grounded, confident man you truly are. Mistake number 3, leading with money. Way too many older men fall into the trap of believing that their financial success is their ultimate advantage when it comes to attracting younger women. The mindset goes, if I can just show her how much I've got, she'll be impressed, and I'll win her over. So what happens? They lead with their wallets. This can show up in all kinds of ways. Bragging about high-paying jobs, flashy cars, extravagant vacations, or their favorite upscale restaurants. Some guys even go further, buying gifts, covering bills, or sending money to women they barely know. And while yes, that kind of attention might get her interest at first, it's not the kind of attention you actually want. Here's the truth. When you lead with money, you end up reducing yourself to nothing more than a human ATM. Sure, money is attractive. It signals success and stability. But if that's all you're offering, you'll only end up attracting the types of women who are out to take advantage of it. These women aren't looking for connection or real respect. They're looking for what you can give them. If you want to avoid this trap, you need to stop making money the focal point of your interactions. Let your financial success show itself gradually as just one part of the fuller picture of who you are. Shift the spotlight toward your character, your personality, your values, your unique outlook on life. The kind of woman who's worth your time isn't after handouts. She's looking for something real, someone she can connect with. When you present yourself as a well-rounded, confident man who just happens to be successful, you'll start attracting women of a different caliber. Those who are interested in who you are, not just what you have. That kind of connection isn't built on transactions. It's built on mutual respect. So remember this, money is a tool, not your identity. Don't lead with your wallet, lead with your character. That's what will make you truly stand out. Mistake number 4, positioning yourself as a mentor. A lot of older men unknowingly fall into the mentor trap. They think, if I show her everything I know, if I help her grow, she'll see how valuable I am. So what do? They offer career advice, life coaching, emotional guidance, trying to help her navigate her life. But all the while, they're hiding their true intentions. They want something romantic, maybe even something physical. At first glance, this might not seem like such a bad approach. You're being helpful, right? But here's the catch. When you start playing the role of a mentor, you erase any sense of romantic or sexual tension. You become someone she admires, maybe even respects, but not someone she imagines as a partner. And when you eventually try to shift things into a more romantic space, it feels jarring, forced, unexpected. Why? Because you've spent all that time setting up a dynamic where you're the teacher, not the lover. If you want a younger woman to see you as more than a mentor or a helpful older friend, then you need to set the right tone from the very beginning. That means creating a dynamic that includes playfulness, flirtation, and a little bit of tension. Tease her, compliment her lightly, create moments that feel fun and a bit charged. This kind of energy lays the groundwork for a genuine spark. And remember, women have a sharp radar for authenticity. Don't pretend to be a mentor if that's not what you're genuinely offering. If you're interested romantically, let your energy reflect that. Show her both sides of you, the experienced man with wisdom and the confident, playful side that's open to connection. When you stop hiding behind the mentor mask, you'll notice that attraction starts to flow more naturally, and you'll avoid the dreaded friend zone altogether. Mistake number 5, trying too hard to look young. This one's incredibly common. Many older men make the mistake of putting far too much effort into appearing younger. They start wearing clothes that don't suit them, tossing around slang they barely understand, or chasing after trends that clearly don't align with their personality. But here's what always happens. It comes off as forced, and even worse, inauthentic. Younger women don't find this appealing. In fact, it usually pushes them away. Instead of seeing a man who's secure and grounded, they see someone who's insecure about his age, someone trying too hard to fit into a world that isn't his. That instantly creates a disconnect. Here's the bottom line. Trying to look or act younger won't make you more attractive. What actually makes you magnetic is when you embrace your age with pride and confidence. A man who's well-groomed, who dresses in a style that's sharp and mature, and who carries himself with self-assurance, that's the man who stands out. Every time. Invest in clothes that reflect your maturity but still look stylish and modern. Take care of your body, not to look like you're in your 20s, but to feel strong, capable, and confident at any age. And when it comes to conversation, don't force yourself into using the latest slang or following pop culture trends. Speak with honesty. Share your insights. That kind of grounded presence is what sets you apart from younger guys. You have something they don't. Real experience, inner strength, and emotional stability. When you try to imitate the younger crowd, you're undermining the very qualities that actually make you attractive. So stop trying to compete with youth. It's not a game you need to play. Lean fully into who you are. Your authenticity is what makes you irresistible. Mistake number 6, overloading the conversation with your achievements. A mistake that older men often make, sometimes without even realizing it, is turning conversations into long lists of everything they've accomplished. Whether it's about career success, educational background, or past milestones, they think that by rattling off their credentials, a younger woman will automatically see them as high value. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being proud of what you've done. In fact, you should be. But the moment you overload the conversation with those accomplishments, it starts to backfire. Why? Because when the focus is entirely on your achievements, the spotlight shifts away from her. Instead of building a connection, it can come across as self-centered, or worse, as if you're trying a little too hard to prove yourself. And younger women can sense that. They aren't looking to date a resume. They want someone who sees them, listens to them, and creates a real emotional connection. Attraction is built through shared experiences, mutual curiosity, and real presence, not by handing over a highlight reel of your life. So here's how to handle it. Keep your accomplishments in your back pocket. Let them come up naturally during conversation, not as a performance, but as context to who you are. Even better, allow her to discover those things about you over time. Instead of talking at her, focus on being present. Ask thoughtful questions. Listen intently. Show her that you're curious about her world, not just eager to display yours. A truly confident man doesn't need to constantly prove his worth. His presence already says enough. When the conversation feels balanced, when you're just two people connecting as equals, that's when chemistry flows effortlessly. Mistake number 7, neglecting your physical presence. One of the biggest and most underestimated mistakes older men make is letting their physical presence slip. Over time, it's easy to fall into the belief that your personality, experience, or career accomplishments are enough. But here's the hard truth. How you present yourself physically still matters. A lot. Attraction isn't just about what's going on inside, it's also about what you show on the outside. No, you don't need to look like a model. But when you let yourself go, when grooming becomes an afterthought, your wardrobe gets lazy, or your energy drops from poor lifestyle habits, it sends one loud message: I've stopped putting in effort. And that's a major turnoff. Younger women are often drawn to older men for their sense of strength, confidence, and stability. But when your appearance doesn't reflect those things, it creates a disconnect. It's not about looking young, it's about looking like the best version of you. So here's what you do. Start with the basics. Keep your grooming clean and consistent. A sharp haircut, trimmed facial hair, and good hygiene go a long way. Upgrade your wardrobe to something classic and tailored. Nothing flashy, just clean, well-fitted, and age-appropriate. You want to dress in a way that highlights your confidence, not your insecurities. Most importantly, take your health seriously. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and staying active. not to rewind the clock, but to fuel your confidence and boost your energy. When you feel good in your body, it shows in your posture, your tone, your eye contact, everything. Physical presence is an extension of self-respect, and that respect is contagious. A man who invests in himself signals that he values who he is, and that's the kind of man women naturally want to invest in too. Let's wrap it all up. There you have it, the 7 most common mistakes that older men tend to make when it comes to connecting with younger women. Let's do a quick recap. 1. Idolizing her. 2. Mishandling the age question. 3. Leading with money. 4. Positioning yourself as a mentor. 5. Trying too hard to look young. 6. Overloading the conversation with achievements. 7. Neglecting your physical presence. At the heart of all these mistakes lies one core issue: not fully owning who you are. Younger women aren't out here looking for someone flawless or trying to live like a college kid. What they're drawn to is a man who's confident, authentic, and self-aware. When you stop clinging to insecurity, when you stop trying to prove yourself or chase validation, and instead focus on being the best version of yourself, that's when everything shifts. At Anonymous Achiever, our mission isn't just to help men attract meaningful relationships. It's to help them build purpose-driven, strong, and fulfilling lives from the inside out. Correcting these mistakes isn't only about dating, it's about evolving your mindset and stepping fully into the life you were meant to live. So if this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. Where can you improve? What can you shift starting today? Because becoming better isn't just a goal, it's a lifelong journey. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.